Well, good morning. Today, you're going to see a collection of really uplifting stories from NBC News. I really love this, and it opens with a series of shots of high school seniors finding out. And the moment they found out, they got into the college of their dreams and their infectious excitement. Then there's another whole thing with firefighters in a big scene at the fire station, all of them holding babies that they delivered. And it was like a dozen of them. And it's so heartwarming to watch. And then there is the elementary school teacher that received her final degree, her teaching degree, in front of the students in the elementary school, and how they exploded in applause and cheering for this lady that worked her way up from school bus driver all the way up to get her advanced degree. And it's just wonderful. And she attributes that journey to a tribute to her mother, who was also a teacher. It's a wonderful thing. And then this one was really special. A tragedy occurred during a high school basketball game. It's a rare thing, but it does happen. One of the players, a young man, teenager, suddenly collapsed and had a cardiac arrest. And for those of you not familiar, the term cardiac arrest means the heart just stops. Not for a second, it just stops, which is essentially, in some circles, the definition of death. And if there's no intervention after that happens, you die. That's just, you're gone. Everything shuts down and it's over. The intervention that works is chest compressions and an AED, right? The device that shocks you. And hopefully you have the heart gets into with the CPR, or maybe initially there's a heart rhythm that doesn't pump blood, but it sort of vibrates, and that's where the AED device is effective. You don't need to know all that. What you need to know is doing this, especially your first time, is a terrifying thing. Ask me how I know. I was a trained paramedic when I was in my 40s. And I remember working my first cardiac arrest and doing CPR and doing everything. I was surrounded by people more experienced with me, and a teacher, I was being trained, right next to me, making sure I didn't miss anything and make it. I had all the backup in the world, and it was still terrifying. Yet the person that came in to this situation and saved this young man's life not only didn't have that backup, and you would think, what, did a coach run out? A teacher? An off-duty firefighter? No, it was another player. Another young man next to him was trained in CPR as a lifeguard. And in the first time in his life, he had to put that training to use. And this young man orchestrated everyone that came up to help in directing the CPR, directing the use of the AED, and being what, like, my supervisor was the first time I did it as a paramedic. That's what this young man did. And here's the really telling thing. They interviewed two firefighter paramedics that arrived afterwards. And by the time they arrived, this kid was breathing and had a heartbeat. And they were asked, did he save his life? And there was zero hesitation on the part of the firefighters. They said, yes, 100%. Absolutely. This young man's immediate actions saved this person's life. And this is no joke, because even if you do CPR in AED, but you're a couple of minutes, and I mean a couple of minutes late, 2, 3, 4 minutes with that heart not beating, it's going to be too late. There's something like they teach us, there's like, by the time you get to a cardiac arrest call, there's only about a 10% chance that your efforts are going to be anywhere near successful. 10%, 1 out of 10. And we usually would get there within, like less than 6 minutes. So this was a big deal. My hat's off to this young man. How extraordinary is that? And check out this video from NBC News on YouTube. I'll put it in the I'll put it in the description, and on Facebook it should be right out there for you. Take care, and I hope this story warms your heart and gets you as positive and excited as I today, this morning. Take care.